The time is 1:01 p.m. 1:01 in the afternoon, Jerusalem time, the 24th day of Tevet, 5786, Tuesday, January 13th, 2026. And I'm lighting a candle now. Le'ilui Nishmas, Lezecha Nishmas, in remembrance of the Alter Rebbe, the Baal Tanya, whose yahrzeit is today. The anniversary of his passing is today. Rabbi Shneir Zalman ben Baruch, may his memory be a blessing. And it is at this time, at this auspicious time, that this series is starting on the anniversary of his passing. And I'll read a short little bit of history about him, and we'll continue on to read the Daily Tanya, which he authored. Rabbi Shneir Zalman of Liadi, September 4th, 1745, which was also December 15th. September 14th, September 4th, they did the old system. Okay, September 4th, 1745 through December 15th, 1812 in the old system. So there's a difference of about 13 days between that. So because of the Julian calendar, and that would be the 18th of Elul in 5505 through the 24th of Tevet 5573, which would correspond to, in the Hebrew calendar, 24th of Tevet now is January 13th. So let's start this over again. Rabbi Shneir Zalman of Liadi, September 4th, 1745 through December 15th, 1812 in the old system, 18th of Elul 5505 through 24th Tevet 5573. Commonly known as the Alter Rebbe or Baal Tanya. In Hebrew, he's called the Admor HaZaken. Was a rabbi, the founder and the first Rebbe of Chabad, a branch of Hasidic Judaism. He wrote many works and is best known for Shulchan Aruch Harav, Tanya, and his Siddur Torah Or, compiled according to the Nusach Amarim. Okay, and he authored the Tanya, and this will start the reading of the Daily Tanya, and I'm going into the Chabad website, chabad.org, and we are in the daily reading of Tanya, Likutei Amarim Tanya. We're at the end of the chapter 15, and just to connect the PL 89 calendar, which is a Mashiach calendar. And since to honor the memory of the Alter Rebbe, his life work was all about bringing the Messiah, realizing and actualizing the Messiah. We ask that your presence be here now in the reading of your work, the Tanya, and that this mathematical work called the PL 89 Gematriatic Quantum Thought Calendar, on which the two coordinates of the sun and the moon, Shnei Or, the two lights, the sun and the moon, is on T4. We're here in the 10-day twilight period. The 24th of Tevet, and the third dispensation, is T4, and we're also on box 20, which is the coordinates are A10, 20, which is only 4 days away from the yahrzeit of the Rambam. Not the Maimonides, which is not an accident. And according to Rabbi Wolf said in one of his recent videos, the Rambam also had an incredible Mashiach energy. So together, unifying the coordinates on the calendar are 20 and T4. The coordinates of T4 is D11, and the coordinates was A10. 20 and T4. Together that makes 24, which is today, the 24th of Tevet. Not an accident. With that, we shall proceed to the the end of the 15th chapter of the Tanya, which is in the official reading of the Chabad reading of Tuesday, the 24th of Tevet, 5786, January 13th, 2026, Parshas Be'era, and we start we just finished Zevachim in Daf Yomi, and we're starting Menachot today. So, now we're in the Tanya, end of the 15th chapter. Made a mistake. The Ovid Elohim, Hainu, Mi Sheshonim Pirko Mea Pamim Bechad, Velo Avado, Hainu Mi Sheshonim Pirko Mea Pamim Bevad. This explains a Talmudic statement that he who serves God refers to one who reviews his studies 101 times. Do you see why it was started at 101? Because it was 101 times while he serves. Okay, let's start this again. You know what? I'm a little hyper now. I'm like super charged and pumped, and like way too much energy is going through me. So I think I'm in a little bit of a precarious position to make mistakes. I have to like calm it down, contain it, and just be calm. Okay, calm. I'm going to start this over again. Okay, let's rewind that. And okay, the Daily Tanya. Likutei Amarim, end of chapter 15. All right, we're starting here. Calm it, calm your livers, calm your kishkes. Okay. Uvazeh yuvan ma shekasod begemare te'oved Elohim. Hainu mi sheshoyne pirko mea pamim ve'echad. V'lo yavad hainu mi sheshoyne pirko mea pamim bilvad. This explains the Talmudic statement that he who serves God refers to one who reviews his studies 101 times, while he who serves him not refers to the one who reviews his studies only 100 times. It seems strange that this 101st revision should outweigh all the previous 100 and should earn the student the designation of he who serves God. However, when we appreciate the struggle one must face in order to learn more than is his custom, this is readily understood, as the Alter Rebbe goes on to explain. This is a little commentary. I guess for this one I'll read the commentary. This is so because in those Talmudic days it was customary to review each lesson 100 times. Okay. כדי שחסו מגמרה מושל משום של חמורים שנזכרים ל10 פרסי בזוזה וליחד 10 פרסי בתרי זוזי מפני שיועסר מרגולו יסם. The Talmud illustrates this by the analogy of the market of the donkey drivers. The drivers would charge one zuz for 10 parsi, one zuz for 10 Persian miles, but demanded 2 zuz for driving 11 parsi. For driving an 11th mile exceeded their customary practice. Therefore, so sapama me'aviachas esera agalegilu shagal minorav shekula k'nei kulhu. Therefore, this 101st revision, which is beyond the normal practice to which the student has been accustomed since his childhood, is equivalent to all the previous 100 revisions combined. Elohim. In fact, its quality surpasses them in its greater strength. and power. For some reason, this reminds me of Reuben. Okay. Greater strength and power so that it is... Calm down. In fact, its quality surpasses them in its greater strength and power, so that it is only this one extra revision which entitles the student to be called he who serves God. צריך לעורר את האהבה לשם על ידי שמזבוינין בגדולת השם במוחו. For in order to change his habitual nature, he must arouse within himself the love of God by contemplating God's greatness in his mind. לשלוט על הטבע שבחולל השמאלי המולא דם הנפש הבהמיס שמהקליפו. In order to master the nature that is in the left part of the heart, the seat of the animal soul, which is full of the blood of the animal soul originating in klipa. Shemimena hu hateva. Whence comes this nature, and the power of his love enables him to transcend his nature. V'zohi avodat tama lebenoni. And this, to overpower one's animal soul through the love of God, generated by meditation, is a perfect service for a Benoni. An alternate type of service for a Benoni is to arouse a revealed state, the love of God inherently found hidden in his heart. Thereby to control the nature that is in the left part of the heart. This too is called serving God, although an imperfect service. To wage war against his nature and inclination by arousing the love hidden in his heart. If, however, he wages no war at all, not engaging even in the lesser struggle of arousing the love within him, the love hidden within him. For example, when he studies only to the limits of his natural diligence, then although he employs his hidden love of God in his divine service, yet ein ahava zo mitzad atzmo nikres avodaso klal. This love in itself can in no way be credited to his service, and he is therefore called he who serves him not. To be designated, this is the commentary, to be designated one who serves God, the Benoni must engage in a struggle with his evil inclination, either through a love of God born of meditation, or at least by arousing his hidden love. These are very strong words. And words to be taken to heart. Time is 1:15 p.m. Jerusalem time.